the captain, getting your control to prove. Making headlines by busting some moves. All that power DC in your hand, and you're going after squirrels, now that's your big stand. Call up your forces, run in the heat. For Peanut the squirrel on a quiet street. Thinking you're tough, bringing down the law, but it's petty at best, no hero applause. Captain Karen, yes, he's on the scene, confiscating critters like a wildlife queen. Is this your legacy, bringing down the rod over a squirrel that's hardly protecting the squad? 26 years, climbing that rank, but now you're the joke of the whole dang tank. First woman director, history in the bag, but when it comes to action, all we got's a drag. Setting up raids for a harmless pet, like Peanut was some kind of big-time threat. You talk of your K9s, your homeland crew, but all that firepower wasted on what a Jew. Captain Karen, yes, she's on the scene, confiscating critters like a wildlife queen. Is this your legacy, bringing down the rod over a squirrel that's hardly protecting the squad? 9/11 first responder, that's real, that's true, but what's it all worth if this is your debut? All that respect gets dimmed in the light when you're calling raids for a critter fight. Environmental crimes, now that's your lane, but Peanut the squirrel on a quiet street. Thinking you're tough, bringing down the law, but it's petty at best, no hero applause. Captain Karen, yes, she's on the scene, confiscating critters like a wildlife queen. Is this your legacy, bringing down the rod over a squirrel that's hardly protecting the squad? 26 years climbing that rat rank, but now you're the joke of the whole dang tank. First woman director, history in the bag, but when it comes to action, all we got's a drag. 26 years climbing that rank, but now you're the joke of the whole dang tank. First woman director, history in the bag, but when it comes to action, all we got's a drag. 26 years climbing that rank, but now you're the joke of the whole dang tank. First woman director, history in the bag, but when it comes to action, all we got's a drag. 9/11 first responder, that's real, that's true, but what's it all worth if this is your debut? All that respect gets dimmed in the light when you're calling raids for a critter fight. Environmental crimes, now that's your lane, but Peanut the squirrel, that's just insane. Bragging on Twitter, thinking you're bold, but the whole state's laughing, truth be told. Environmental crimes, now that's your lane, but Peanut the squirrel, that's just insane. Bragging on Twitter, thinking you're bold, but the whole state's laughing, truth be told. What about real pollution? A filth in the streams, instead it's Squirrel Bus 2023 is seen leading the force but losing respect, going down in history as a squirrel raid vet. Captain Karen legacy in play, but this isn't the hero we needed today. DEC power, but where's the real plan? Cause taking down Peanut ain't making a stand. Yeah, alright, Captain Karen, you're making the news, flashing titles and stats, got something to prove. First woman director, yeah, that's real nice, but your ego's bloated, bet you don't think twice. Climbing that ladder, got the DZ badge, but you're just another name on that promotion ad. Talk big on pollution, claiming I protect, but we see through the hype, what do you really expect? Captain Karen, yeah, she's on the scene, flexing her power, her record pristine, but behind the badge and the tough guy act is just a glorified title, yeah, that's a fact. Started 96, sure you paid your dues, patrolling the city streets, chasing small-time crews. Now leading the charge with a K9 squad, but who's watching the watchdog when she's playing God? Calling it forensics like your CSI, taking samples and samples, stacking them high. Hazmat and Homeland got units galore, but how much of it show and how much is just lore? Captain Karen, yeah, she's on the scene, flexing her power, her record pristine, but behind the badge and the tough guy act is just a glorified title, yeah, that's a fact. You were 9/11 like a badge of pride, but that doesn't make you the hero inside. We all respect service, no one's denying that, but don't mistake your story for a flawless stat. Promoting diversity, wanting new faces, but how about just dropping the power chases? Making history's cool, but can you make change? Or will DEC just remain the same? Talking big words like commitment and dignity, but we know how it rolls in the hierarchy. Keeping it real means leading with grace, but all we see here is a high and mighty face. Captain Karen, yeah, breaking glass ceilings, but when it comes to action, what's the real feeling? Big words, big title, sounds like a dream, but can you keep up with the weight of that team?